Ugh.
But I do just want to call up one other thing, is that this movie has had some critical reappraisal lately, and a lot of people have come around to it, and I don't know, there's this long article in Paste magazine by an author named B. Panther, which is titled "The Banger Sisters' Bittersweet Legacy is That of Second Wave Feminism." And in it, they referred Roger Ebert's review saying that you can grin while you watch it, and then Panther says, "The grin is still there 20 years later, but the time has filled out the film. We can forgive some of the script's shortcomings for its stellar performances and what it captures about the changing history of second-wave feminism at the turn of the new millennium."
What is it? What? I mean, I'm not a expert on any wave of feminism, but again, cite your sources. What does it capture about it? I don't get it.
And look, I read the article, and they don't I don't know. I think what they're responding to is that this is a movie about two women who had a lot of sex in the past, and one of whom who is fairly sex forward, and the movie, I guess, isn't really shaming them for it, which is like, okay, I guess, but the movie sucks.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. I'm here for that, and that's what I want the movie predicated on, or not even, but give me a movie.
Yeah.
You've given me nothing. You've given me a bunch of. Am I going to do it? I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the one that does it this time. You've given me a bunch of packing peanuts.
Man, we do. I didn't want to say it because I refer to movies as being full of packing peanuts too much. I mean, that is, I think, really also, that self-selects for the kind of movies we watch. They do tend to be full of peanuts. And also, the Peanuts computer animated movie they made a few years back has kind of been forgotten, so.
Whoa.
I know,
Is
right?
Peanuts full of peanuts? I guess so.
I will wrap us out with one thing. I just want to say that David Denby from The New Yorker, at the time this movie came out, gave it a quite critical review, so I guess The New Yorker don't miss. But he said, "The Banger Sisters is painful to sit through." He talks about, how there's a lot of opportunities here that were kind of missed. He says the rest of the movie is composed of ham-handedly obvious scenes. But he says at the end, as sort of a pre-rejoinder to the Paste article that was written 20 years later, "Are these movies really stories about women's lives, or are they some sort of corkscrewed male fantasy?" And
interesting. Now that's an interesting statement or question.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a question.
Well, it's interesting comparing it to listening to the audio commentary, in which the director and writer speaks almost 0% about the interiority of the characters.
Yeah.
His commentary about the scene where Jeffrey Rush has drawn a path for Goldie Hawn, and she's in there kind of spilling her guts to him, was, "This is why I love the prop department. Look at that used donut on the counter."
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I mean, at least he's not talking about negotiations with Goldie Hawn of how many clothes she was going to take off, or if she's going to be actually naked in the bathtub or something. So I don't know. I mean, I'd rather hear about the donut than hear more about boobs, I guess.
I mean, he doesn't do that. There's a doesn't matter. I'm not even going to tell anyone to go listen to the audio commentary for this. The commentary for this should be as forgotten as this movie is.
Yes. And I wonder, Landon, why do you think this movie was forgotten?
Truman, I am trying to up my game when it comes to this question that our podcast is predicated on. I have a couple things to talk about today.
Okay.
1, Goldie Hawn. Low-key retired after this.
Yeah.
And when you get... I think there is evidence, beyond her even, that when you retire-ish, you don't have... You're not in the conversation. You're not bringing your recent films with you. You're not keeping things being talked about. Look at Gene Hackman. How many people are talking about Welcome to Mooseport? Look at Jack Nicholson. How many people are talking about The Bucket List or whatever that Paul Rudd movie was that he did as his last film?
Yeah, his swan song, yeah.
Yeah. I think there's just when you retire, you're kind of going out and taking your last couple of films with you, unless you go out on a big note. Subscribe to Movie Memory Machine for new forgotten movies every other Friday, available wherever you listen to podcasts.